books that I know for sure you haven't heard of. So, this is advanced class, and if you don't know what Xiaohongshu is, you might know what Red Note is though. Either way, it is a Chinese social media app that mostly shares a lot of lifestyle posts, like tips for traveling, tips for food, recommendations for activities when you feel bored, or even help people connect with the same interests. And in recent years, there are just so many things you can post on it. It's super random. It doesn't have to be lifestyle anymore. It could be someone going on there asking for help. Like if they have questions about college application, if they have questions about how to find a date, or how to solve family problems. There are so many things you can post on it. I have the most fun on that platform. Like, I literally do not browse any other social media apps. I mean, I do have like an Instagram, and I do have like a TikTok that I don't really post anything on it. But Xiaohongshu, I browse it for at least 5 hours a day, I feel like. Anyway, I'm rambling again, but let's get to it. So the first one is 惹到我，你算是踢到棉花了。惹到我，你算是踢到棉花了。惹到我，你算是踢到棉花了。The translation for this is, if you mess with me, it's like kicking cotton. If you mess with me, it's like kicking cotton. So basically, this is a humorous twist on the original phrase, 惹到我，你算是踢到铁板了. Which means if you mess with me, you're kicking an iron plate, which conveys toughness. But this version instead ironically delivers the opposite message. So instead of you're kicking an iron plate, you're kicking at cotton. So it basically delivers the opposite message. It's mocking oneself with a tone of overconfidence, but it's really admitting to being soft and weak. 惹到我，你算是踢到棉花了。惹到我，你算是踢到棉花了。The second one is, 是饭吗？你就端上来。是饭吗？你就端上来。是饭吗？你就端上来。The translation for this is it really a meal that you can just serve? Is it really a meal that you can just serve? So basically, this phrase originated from fantasy culture and is often used when someone gives an alternative that technically fits the narrative but feels hilariously out of place. It's a playful way of saying, this response isn't what I needed, but okay, I guess I'll accept it. So for instance, if someone pictures a one-line romantic fandom story saying something like, he's such a bad person, even when he has cornered you to have no choice, he still pretends to ask you gently, is this okay? So it's really supposed to be like a romantic fantasy, with a dominant man and stuff. But someone replied, that's my client. So that's when you can say, 吃饭吗？你就端上来. Is it really a meal you can just serve? China, practicing a comedy skit called 相声, which is a very traditional type of entertainment. It's almost similar to stand-up comedy, but it's not. If you can look into it, 相声, if you want. It has since evolved into a universal, humorously vague answer to any why question. For example, why don't you eat lamb? 因为他善, because they're kind. So it's just, you can answer any why questions with that. 因为他善. The fourth one is 配享太庙. 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 Translation is worthy of being honored at the Imperial Ancestral Temple. 配享太庙. 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 Worthy of being honored at the Imperial Ancestral Temple. So basically, this is a high-level compliment, often reserved for extraordinary talent or achievements. It's as if someone's abilities are so great they just deserve to be honored at the Imperial Ancestral Temple. So, say if someone shared a really fantastic, incredible recipe, you can call that person 配享太庙. If someone shared a really comprehensive tutorial on how you can learn Python or how you can learn, investment options, you can say 配享太庙. 配享太庙. The fifth one is 你的强来了. 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 Translation is your strength has arrived. Your strength has arrived. Your strength has arrived. So basically, this phrase originated from a funny dating conversation where a guy confidently told a girl she no longer needed to be strong because her strong, which is himself, her strong had arrived. Now it's used ironically to introduce oneself to comfort or tease someone. Your strength has arrived. 你的强来了. 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 The sixth one is called 自己吓自己. flustered or she's becoming too defensive. Oh, what you said has hurt her or whatever. Like, it has that like cause and effect undertone in it. But anyway, like, it basically means, oh, look at her, she's blushing. 她红温了，红温，红温，红温，红温。The ninth one is called 阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空。Translation is hard control. This term was borrowed from MOBA, or just, you can also call it just gaming in general. This term originally referred to moves that immobilize opponents or stun the opponents. And on social media, it now describes anything so captivating that you can't stop engaging with it. For example, 阴空我5分钟，阴空我5分钟. It means this had me hooked for 5 minutes. This has me hooked for 5 minutes. 阴空我5分钟，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空，阴空. The 10th one. The 10th one is 你真是饿了，你真是饿了，你真是饿了. A translation means you're really hungry. So this line originates from a Chinese drama where a mother mocks her son after he's caught cheating with someone much older and less attractive than his wife. She says, "You're really hungry. You can just eat whatever." So basically, this phrase is now used to criticize or mock someone for having such low standards that they seem desperate, whether in relationships or other situations. 你真是饿了，你真是饿了，你真是饿了，你真是饿了，你真是饿了，你真是饿了，你真是饿了. Okay, that is all that I had prepared for you. Let's review it, shall we? The first one is 惹到我，你算是踢到棉花啦。惹到我，你算是踢到棉花啦。If you mess with me, it's like kicking cotton. Second one is 吃饭吗？你就端上来。吃饭吗？你就端上来。Is it really a meal you can just serve? The third one is 因为他善，因为他善 because they're kind. The fourth one is 配享太庙，配享太庙 worthy of being honored at the Imperial Ancestral Temple. 配享太庙. Fifth one is 你的强来了，你的强来了 Your strength has arrived. Your strength has arrived. 你的强来了. The sixth one is 自己吓自己，自己吓自己，自己吓自己，自己吓自己. I just scared myself. I just scared myself. 自己吓自己. Seventh one is 我配拥有一杯咖啡吗？我配拥有一杯咖啡吗？ Am I worthy of having a cup of coffee? 我配拥有一杯咖啡吗？ The eighth one is 红温，红温，红温 5 years means I can teach you a lot of things. So if you're interested, hit that like button, subscribe